Hello, my name is Luke Kralik, and I'm the Executive Director of the Collaborative Summer Library Program. And today I'm going to show you how to posterize the CSLP artwork and what to do with it once you have some poster-sized images. So the first thing I'm going to do is select the artwork. So I'm here on the CSLP manual for 2022, and because we'll be printing, this project involves printing, I'm going to be selecting images that are mostly just black and white. So I'm going to go ahead and go into Oceans of Possibilities. I'm going to go to the clip art because that's sort of where that line art lives. And I think any of these would probably make good candidates for this project. But what I'm going to pick is I really like the Sophie Blackall art this year. I really like this kids riding a fish image. So I'm going to go ahead and obtain this file. So I'm here, either one. So these are the PNG and JPEG. And if you don't know, PNG files generally have transparent backgrounds and they're a little bit higher resolution. But I know both these files will be excellent candidates. So I'm just going to go with the JPEG file. That's just a random choice, really. So once I have the file downloaded, I'm going to open it up in Paint. Now you could probably do this project in a lot of different applications. I've chose to do it in Paint because it's easy and also because I know a lot of you have Paint on your computers. So I've got the file open here, and as you can see, it's a large file, so I'll just zoom out just a little bit so you can see that I'm working with the file here. This isn't crucial because we're not really going to be doing anything to it. So I was just kind of showing you where it's at. But what we want to do is go ahead and go File, and then Print. And we're going to pick the print or page setup. This is kind of the key part of this project. So what we're wanting to do is you can see these are kind of the defaults here, and hopefully you're seeing a menu screen similar to that. And right now it's being fit to 1 by 1 pages. So it's going to try to print this whole image on one piece of paper. And that's great if we just wanted a little image, but we're going for a posterized image, so we want a big one. So for this one, because the image is a little taller than it is wider, I'm going to see about printing it on 3 by 4 pages. And as you can see, it's going to show me just a little preview here, and I'll hit OK. And what you want to make sure that you do is not pick like 100 by 100 or something, because that's just going to blow up your system. But if we go print preview, we can kind of get a little rough idea of what's going to print on each of the pages. And that's just what we're looking for. So once I've got that, I'm going to go ahead and hit print, and I'll be moving on to my next step. So the next step in the process is to cut notches. What we want to do is, as you can see, there's like a margin on each of the margin where the printer doesn't go all the way to the end. And what we want to do is kind of cut out notches in those. I'm left-handed and not very good with scissors, so mine are pretty rough, and I know yours will be a lot better. But what you want to do is kind of pick one piece of paper to be the bottom layer and cut notches and then either tape or glue those as you go. That way, your image will all hold together, and depending on what you're using it for, will kind of determine how uh, fastidious you need to be on the cutting here. I did a pretty quick job here, and I just affixed mine with Scotch tape. But once you have the image complete, you're going to need to find something to do with it. And to help you come up with some ideas, uh, I came up with 4, but I'm sure there's lots that you could come up with. But some possible projects ideas are you could hang this just as a poster in the library, or hang it up in the window so that folks can see it as a display. You could use it as a template for window painting. So if you put it on the inside of the library facing out, or vice versa, you could then paint over the pane of glass on the opposite side and then take the paper down and you would have your image there. Another fun activity would be, before you had notched or taped or glued the images together, you could hand out each individual piece of paper to a child or a grown up or whatever and have them color in their section. And then when everyone is done coloring, come back and compile them together and hang that in the library. And then my final idea for what to do with this project would be to create a banner to run through. And I'm picturing it like a sporting event. If you really printed it large, you could have a group of kids run through it and burst through to kind of create a kickoff or a finale for your summer program. If you do that, please take a video and please send it my way, because I would just love to see that. Well, thank you. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Um, and I hope everyone has a wonderful program this summer.